Well, I mean, I think this all goes back to our own capabilities and our stockpiles. So I'll grant you, okay, we're moving closer to Ukraine. We are breathing life into their war, and the expectation that perhaps they could turn the tide if they were just given a little bit more time. But we don't have the weapons to give them. We don't have the interceptors to give them. Now you could say, well, then Europe can give it to them. Well, guess where Europe was getting all of their weapons? Through this Pearl program from us. It was that sort of bait and switch where we said, well, we're not going to fund them anymore, but we'll fund them through Europe. Well, we're not giving them. We can't make them fast enough. So they can continue the war all they want, but at some point they're going to run out of the things they need to defend themselves because we're running out of the things to defend ourselves. So like, how is this, like, when is this reckoning going to happen? Because the war in Iran is not ending. Trump is digging in. The Iranians certainly are digging in. And so how could we possibly do both?
Well, I mean, kind of though. I mean, what we did see a week of bombing. That's true. But those are the birth pangs of a new Middle East, Kelley, as Condoleezza Rice would say. Because in fact, the MOU is still de facto on, even if it's going to be the worst sort of fits and starts. And because we got no choice, right? The same reason that Trump did not launch a massive escalation over the weekend is the same reason that he called ceasefire back on April the 8th. And that was, well, we hit a bunch of targets, but it didn't work.
Yep.
We can't, from just the air, destroy all of their missile capability. We tried our best, but granite is granite, and that's the world that we live in. And so and it's just so widely dispersed through this mountainous country. There's just nothing that we can do about their missile stores. We failed to achieve our regime change. So we can, yes, bomb all their factories, bomb all their bridges, and bomb all their plants and all that. But that's not going to lead to a change in regime, right? It's like even the strategic bombing of Germany during World War II. Like, well, we keep hitting that railroad and we keep hitting that factory, but they keep rebuilding it and it keeps not making Hitler surrender. You know what I mean? It's the same thing here. I'm not calling the Iranians the Nazis, but I'm just saying you can only do so much with air power. It's not working. And they already told Donald Trump, there's only so much you can do with air power, and it's not working. And that was why he quit back on the 8th. That was right. Remember, he was threatening to exterminate their entire civilization, et cetera, et cetera. Was right when he threw in the towel back then. Then, remember, and they'll try to rewrite this, I guess, so we got to hold true to our recent memory here. He tried to run the blockade, and that was what started off
the
recent round of the war. Was he tried to drive some ships through closer to Oman, and the Iranians called his bluff on that. It was totally contrary to the agreement. They were enforcing the agreement, and that was the beginning of the mess up here. But then it led to a week of bombing raids where, yeah, what they do? They hit some targets. In fact, some of them, from the footage, they're hitting nothing, like these tiny little fuel depots or, you know, a truck or, you know, nothing. Maybe they hit a bridge or a couple of strategically important things. But on like the overall pie chart, you know, the scale of the Iranian regime's power over and control over Persia, they've made no difference there, right? That has not changed one iota.